try to get this video out. I don't know how long it's going to be, so we'll see. Guess I have no other like abuse. So, things are a little better. I still don't like the idea of having lived over people. It'll work out. It's just, we gotta remember that we're individuals that have individual opinions. But we're not gonna be there, but, too long. Maybe like 6 more months and then we're going back to California. I hope. So, this is only a stepping stone. And it might be nice living in a townhouse. You might like it. But, like I said, things in this state are totally crazy. They don't give you much when you're on SSI. They expect you to live off $9.94. Luckily, this rent is cheap, and we're able to take care of the bills and stuff. That's about it. Now we're waiting for the maintenance to fix the refrigerator, and they haven't gotten to that yet. And it's been almost a week since we told them about the refrigerator. Because, let me show you. See this part right here? Where I'm pointing? I don't know if you can see it right here. This off-white. It doesn't stick all the time, so they need to replace that. That's what they need to do on that. But we haven't heard anything about it. And I'm about ready to email them again and say, you know what, this is ridiculous. We shouldn't have to wait to have something taken care of. This order was put in days ago and we're still waiting. I mean, to boot, this used to be, I'll give you a little too. This used to be, I think you hear me on that. It used to be like a Studio 6. Call that over. Pretty loud. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Okay, I hope you can hear me now. Anyway, this used to be a Studio 6. Well, I guess somebody who bought it decided, hey, here's an idea. Make it into a studio apartment. And this is what it is, basically a room with a bathroom. And yes, it does have a little bit of a stove, and it does, have a sink, and it does have a refrigerator. So we're able to live here, but, other than that. And now the rents are cheaper for everybody else coming in, but we're still paying $969 for a Crack-A-Jack box. And that's basically what it is. It's a Crack-A-Jack box. I mean, where we're going will be good, and she's still going to work from home, so, even though we have to watch what we're doing, if she's upstairs, and I hope she picks upstairs to do that work, then, she'll be keeping an eye on her. But, it's going to take us a few days to get straightened out, and the final goal will be to go to California. Which means our checks will go up. And we'll be making over $2,000. Right now, we're making $1,800 and something. And that's barely getting us in there. but with the amount she makes and the amount we make will probably be enough to get us in there. But I'm gonna have to ask my son, do they go by credit score? Because if our credit scores are low, then what if they don't accept it? Then we'll all be up a creek. And I'm not giving up this place till I know for a fact we can go. And then the next step they need is to, see if they can rent one here. Because there's only 3 of them. But we shall see what happens. I mean, it takes a lot, and another thing I want to discuss, okay? People get the wrong idea about people that are Catholic. They don't understand the Catholic Church was founded the same year the regular Christian church was. Okay? To me, hating a person or hating a religion, especially when you don't know nothing about it, kind of, upsets me because they don't take the time to find out what, a religion's all about. I mean, I may not claim to know everything about religion or about everybody else's religion, but I respect them. And I won't make a friend just because they're not Christian or Catholic. I can have friends that are Hindu, Muslim, Buddhist, They have different philosophies and, But, I mean, I don't care if you're Christian, I don't care if you're Catholic, I don't care if you're Protestant, I don't care if you're Jewish, I don't care if you're Baptist, I don't care if you're Hindu, Muslim, Buddhist, that one religion that Madonna seems to be following right now, I can't pronounce it, but all you gotta do is look her up. People will believe what they want to believe. I grew up in the Catholic Church. I was confirmed. I had my first Holy Communion, all in the Catholic Church. Therefore, I am stuck on, all the teaching I had in the Catholic Church. I don't remember a lot what I learned in catechism, but I must have learned enough to get through it. But, I mean, God is God. God could be Buddha, Muhammad, this person, that person. He could have been Odin at one time before there was a Christian religion. We don't know that until we get there. And I'm not going to make that assumption that, only God exists, because how do we know? We don't know until we get there. I do know that God exists. I don't know what form God exists, but I do know he exists. I do know that, he's, Jesus was born and that's the Son. But to me, that's what I know. Now, it might be completely different. I don't know. I mean, I can't make that judgment because I haven't been to heaven yet. Or if I have, I don't remember because I wasn't born yet. But, I don't know. Until you meet your maker and you understand whether you follow God or Muhammad or Allah, because Muhammad is actually a follower of Allah, or Hindu, who have quite a few gods. I mean, a Buddhist, they have their little, other temples they go to, but Buddha is the main one. So to me, maybe Buddha is God, maybe it's God's brother, who knows? I mean, I can't tell you guys that. All I can say is this is what I believe, and I don't step on anybody who believes anything else. Because None of us know until we meet whoever's in charge up there. And whoever it is, it's God. But we don't know what God looks like. We don't know if he comes in different, he could be like Zeus and, you know, changes appearance per person. Who knows? Maybe Jesus got that. Maybe he can do that too. To where, black people see him as black, and white people see him as blonde and blue-eyed, and his actual look when he was alive on Earth was ancient, ancient Jewish person. I mean, they all had dark skin, and we're talking about he was born in what is now Israel, so all those people would have been dark toned, would have had dark eyes, would have had dark hair. But we all see him the way we want to see Jesus. I mean, we know. Jesus didn't really look like a blonde-eyed, blue-eyed. I mean, they may have had blue-eyed people. I don't know. I wasn't there. I can't tell you that. Just like, a lot of people think Mexicans only come with dark eyes and dark hair. Well, guess what? I've seen a few of them that were blue-eyed and red hair, or green-eyed and red-haired. I've seen quite a few of them. And that's the Spanish coming out of them. Excuse me. But the actual Inca, Mayan, and Aztec people were dark-haired and dark-eyed and dark skin, like you imagine a Mexican person today. In no way should they be embarrassed by the fact they have a Mexican blood. Because they're a native people too. And this part, I mean, Texas, Arizona, and California, they all had I can't say that word, native people. And we need to respect them too. Where's the respect for them? Everybody is so worried about this set of people and this set of people. We're people. We all bleed red blood. We all have 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 arms, 2 hands, 2 feet, 2 legs. We can get the same diseases as other people. I mean, the difference is the tone and maybe the culture, because each have grown up in a different way. Yeah, I have a European blood. Some of it might be a little on the gypsy side, but I haven't proven that yet. But probably. But, I have a little bit of Irish, a little bit of Slovak, a lot more Hungarian, and a way lot more Northern European, or Northern German, which would be Prussia. So we're actually Prussian German. We're still German, but our family originated in the Mecklenburg territory, which I haven't quite nailed exactly what town, but but I had an Irish great-grandmother. And she married a Matthews, and she was a Devani. And her mother was an O'Brien. So, even though there's not that much Irish, I still respect my Irish heritage. I respect my German heritage, because before Nazism and all that crap, German people are good people. I've met a few of them, so I know. One of our, I'll have to sit and explain that to you when I have more time. But one of our parents' best friends, when we were in Germany, from my birth till the last time we were there, he was a ex-German soldier, and he was the first to tell you they were all forced into going into that war. They didn't know what was going on. They really didn't. There's video of, you know, people that are close by the concentration camps going through it right after they were liberated. Anyway, I'll touch more on this later. So, everybody have a good day. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Comment if you want to. And you know where to subscribe if you really like this kind of thing. Remember, I don't get paid for this. Anyway, I'll see y'all on the next one.